What is happening, traders? Welcome back once again to Crypto Educator. How you all doing in these dumpy environments altogether? I hope you're doing nice, guys, because if you're trading the markets to the upside or the downside, it doesn't really matter because the volatility has started expanding, so opportunities have come back into the market as well. Right now, guys, the price action is very obvious right here. The thing is that when the first attempt at $48,000 was rejected like a little bitch in the first and the foremost pass itself, and the second attempt that came from your 44,000 regions was a good looking bounce in the small time frames. But you can see right here, guys, we did attempt, Bitcoin did attempt to do a lot of things in the small time frames as well, but that simply turned out to be a triple rejection coming on the 4-hour time frame. You can see, guys, this was the location where Bitcoin was at minimum risk and optimum rewards to the upside or the downside. Remember, guys, to the upside or the downside, right? Because we were simply grinding against this very obvious trend line. We had a breakout attempt right here, which could have meant that yes, Bitcoin could potentially take this up leg to the upside. But right after this candle closure below this 55 simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame, we had clear-cut confirmation that man, oh man, this is a triple rejection coming from these levels. Or more or less, you can talk about this entire price action being a head and shoulder being rejected from 3 multiple levels, guys. I'm pretty much sure if you jump onto time frames like 15 minutes or maybe 10 minutes as well, you would be looking at a good looking head and shoulder being formulated on these levels, right? And well, your neckline was right here. So all the confirmation was at this candle closure, guys. Bam, you go to the downside, right? Let's just say that this is an overperformance, guys. Remember what I was talking about in my previous videos. In a bull market, all the bearish patterns are going to be underperforming, right? And in a bear market, all the bullish patterns are going to be underperforming. I hope that makes sense to you right here. And essentially what is happening right here, guys, the overall picture is kind of bearish, right? We can't simply deny that. Well, no shit, this is in a downtrend altogether, and we're simply slipping and sliding to the upside, grinding against this line. Not that strong, not that strengthful. I guess Michael fucking Saylor is not doing enough buying in the market, which is why we are not looking that strengthful come from these regions altogether. But what is happening is that, guys, look, the downside target was literally at $44,000 flat, but this one got extended down all the way towards $42,000, guys. Holy crap, that was intense. That was fucking intense. As soon as you took out this wick low right here, you had immediate continuation in the small time frames towards $40,000, guys. Now this simply brings me on to a point that, well, this is your recent rejection high. So in the small time frames like the 4-hour itself, until Bitcoin is trending below this price point, the higher likelihood is that maybe we will drift sideways and the ultimate conclusion will be situated at $39,000 flat. The reason why I'm talking about $39,000 is because, guys, volume to volume, the game is simply rolling between volume to volume nodes altogether, guys. You can simply see that 48,000 was a massive, humongous volume zone right here, and this turned out to be a shit show, which is why, guys, the rejection from $48,000 is kind of like a big deal altogether, right? You can see that the price action, if the price action was able to situate a weekly trend above $48,000, we had a volume vortex to the upside, so we could have simply teleported all the way towards $58,000, guys, because that is the next higher volume node altogether, right? But getting rejected from these levels is not really nice. Nope. What we're doing is that we are kind of simply going sideways at the middle point. This is literally the middle point of this entire downtrend altogether, guys. I do believe that this leg expands all the way towards 39,000, but I don't think it's a small time frame trade, guys. I simply don't think that you'll be, let's just say, I don't think you'll be comfortably able to short Bitcoin in 15-minute or 5-minute time frame and expect crazy moves to the downside. The easiest side of this trade has already played out for, let's just say, 10 digits altogether. 10% down leg has already played out, guys. Right after the rejection coming from these regions right here, yes, you had a good looking downtrend. Well, apologies, it was like 6.6%, but yeah, you have kind of met your downside target. Most likely it goes sideways for some time, and essentially, guys, look, what I'm expecting in the small time frames now, certainly my opinion doesn't matter, and I think it's a financial advice. Most likely the price action will kind of annoy a lot of people trying to go sideways, and maybe after attempting this leg to the upside, bam, it'll go to the downside. Most likely this is what will happen on Bitcoin itself for the rest of the week, I suppose. But most likely, guys, this week is going to be ending all the way down towards $40,000 because, well, this rejection was not that nice, guys. So can we be completely bullish in the market in this price action? No, not at all, guys. The thing is that if we were supposed to be bullish on Bitcoin Bitcoin had to close a daily trend above 46,500 regions altogether, guys. It did not do that. First rejection came from 48. The bounce was pretty strong, but you had your triple rejection coming from 46,500 regions once again, and bam, continuation leg to the downside. So yes, most likely we have initiated this down leg all the way down towards 39,000, guys. Now look, I really don't want to get ahead of myself altogether, guys, but the thing is that we are still in the context of a bear flag altogether, right? So the ultimate down leg is going to be extending all the way towards 20,000 regions, which is going to be your previous all-time high on Bitcoin itself. Now this is coming from FTX. This is Bitcoin perpetual contracts on FT or Binance. Man, oh man. But anyways, the ultimate downside target is going to be at 20,000 regions, guys. But is it going to be happening in one single straight line to the downside? Probably not. It's going to be very choppy, guys. It's going to be really choppy. And also, I don't think it's the right time to simply leverage short the market as of now, right? Let this consolidation finish and then plan out your trade against this middle grind line, which is significant as well. And if Bitcoin goes all the way towards these areas, most likely it's going to be a good looking shorting opportunity in the first and foremost pass altogether, guys. And then you can start planning your move down all the way towards $39,000. The thing is that I do not think that I'm going to be getting bullish on crypto markets until Bitcoin simply establishes a trend above 48,000, guys. This is a very significant level, and the rejection that came from $48,000 regions really tells a lot of things about the market's price action altogether, guys. Not enough buying in the market. Anybody can simply tweet on Twitter altogether, but the price action is going to be telling you the truth, right? With that said, let's talk about Solana, which is also getting rejected like a little bitch right here. I mean, no, fucking ugly looking price action, guys. This is, look at this fucking 4-hour candle right here. I mean, market is simply going through a confusion phase right here. Bulls are simply trying to long from these levels, and bears are simply trying to short from these levels right here, which means that Solana maybe gets in a range bound situation and does something like this for some time, at least not this long, but probably for some time, right? And until you're establishing a 4-hour trend below 111, no breakdown. But the ultimate target coming from this breakdown is going to be at your 200 simple moving average, guys. So good looking range right here. Most likely this is what happens on Solana altogether. We're going to be extending this leg to the sideways, and we're going to be jumping volume nodes to volume nodes right here, guys. So if you do not have the access to VPVR indicator, you can simply screenshot this. Just do it, guys. If you don't have VPVR, I think looking at the volume nodes in these kind of chops is kind of important altogether. And essentially, guys, we were simply entertaining this possibility as well. The first bounce that came from 120 regions, I was expecting Solana to simply get picked up at 120 in the first pass itself, and it did do that in the small time frames. At least in the 4-hour time frame, Solana did attempt a good looking bounce, but nope. No luck right here. No chances of survival for this price action as a whole, and you got rejected from these levels, and you simply continue the downtrend right here, guys. Volume nodes to volume nodes, we simply met our downside target at 110 regions, guys. Bearish, very fucking bearish. This market is very fucking bearish. Fucking bears taking control, guys. This is what is happening in the small time frames as well, right? 3-2 extension is supposed to be acting like a resistance now, because this leg to the upside was kind of bullish, and Solana did do a 2x, guys. Holy fuck, who the fuck are we kidding right here? Solana kind of did a 2x from these levels. And look, if we talk about the price action jumping from wick to wick, I'm pretty much sure, yes, 175 to 144, 145 is almost a 2x in the market. So yes, Solana did that, and most likely now, after going through a very choppy environment right here, Solana will extend its leg down all the way towards 618, maybe 786 at the deep retracement zones at the higher volume nodes at $90 as well. That is something which could potentially play out, guys. But the downtrend is going to be very annoying. Most likely it's going to be very annoying. Volatility is shrinking from these levels. So yes, guys, yes, this is what I was simply talking about. Just take a look at this example right here, a perfect example, right? So this entire trend to the upside was in a very comfortable stance on the 4-hour time frame itself. This entire swing move to the upside was pretty comfortable because volatility was kind of nice. This is what you want to see. If you want the price action to be trending to the upside in a very decisive manner and kind of formulating supports on the way, you want the volatility signature to be like this. But as soon as you get redlined, that is when things will start getting choppy and the volatility will expand in various directions altogether. This is what happened coming from 144, guys. And 144 was kind of like an important region, number one, because high volume node, number two, because the rejection, guys, this massive rejection that happened in the last week of Jan itself on Solana came from $144 regions, guys. So we did retest this level and we're kind of rejecting. Most likely, look, guys, the thing is that we did not hold on to 382 extension, so which is why we'll be extending this downtrend all the way towards 618, and then we'll see what happens in this price action right here. But most likely we have initiated the downtrend on Solana, or rather I would say a drown trend on Solana altogether, guys. With that said, let's talk about GMT right here. I mean, fucking stepping. It reminds me of that episode from Black Mirror, guys. Have you seen Black Mirror? I mean, have you seen that episode where they were simply using the treadmill, that cycling exercise, and they were kind of earning some loyalty points to make money? Holy crap. So Steppen kind of reminds me of that. What do you have to do? You simply have to buy a fucking NFT, keep your phone in your pockets with a good GPS signal, and run. And run and run and run. With that, you get to earn GST tokens. One GST is kind of worth, I think, $3 as of now. This is what is going on, guys. So, well, I'm not going to deny I did try this out, and it is working, guys. Holy crap, it is working. If you have 3 sneakers, and Steppen app altogether, you're going to be making $50 to $150 per day just by running for 20 minutes. That was some crazy fundamental talk right here, but yes, guys, these things are working out, right? And until these things are working out, why not make some use of it? Although the concerning factor is that, guys, those sneakers are in a form of NFT. They are simple NFTs, so the floor price for these NFTs can drop drastically without anybody telling you. So you know the deal, guys. Everything in our fucking market is kind of risky, right? A lot of people will comment on the fact that GST, GMT, and Steppen and all of that are simply Ponzi schemes, but a lot of fucking traders will make use of these massive uptrends altogether, guys, which is why I'm going to be talking about this price action in in a very, very bullish fashion altogether, because this is an uptrend, guys. This is an uptrend which nobody can stop. This is simply going to the upside. Madness fucking price action right here on the 4-hour time frame. Let's say, yes, we could be losing momentum against the 55 simple moving average. So, which reminds me of the fact that until your price action on GMT is trending below this recent rejection high, I don't think it's going to be a good choice to simply get over bullish in this price action right here. Most likely it will consolidate right here for some time, and let's just say, guys, it could retest this price point as well at $1.8 flat, right? And the bounce coming from these levels is probably going to be obvious, and then we can attempt a leg all the way down, all the way up towards 2.4. But essentially, guys, until the price action is simply trending below 2.4, I think the picture is getting into a little consolidation, right? I mean, every single asset that simply goes to the upside by 2,000, 3,000% right out of the launch will go through consolidation altogether, guys. And one more thing right here, just to point out a fucking obvious looking fact right here, you can see most of the bullish expanse in the market happens when the 4-hour RSI is above the 60 reads. You can see, guys, the upper band on my RSI is at 60, the lower band is at 40, guys. So essentially, if the price action and the relative strength index in the market goes below 40, things will be massively bearish, and the trend will simply go to the downside, simply uncontrollably, right? And to the upside, guys, look, the trend being above 60 means that the price action is kind of strengthful in the small to mid time frames, which is something that we saw from this breakout, guys. This was a neat looking squeeze right here. Madness. Amazing looking trend. This is what you want to see, guys. This is what you want to trade as well in the market. I mean, this was good looking squeeze, right? And the resolution never really stopped all the way towards 2. Oh my goodness, this went all the way towards $3 for good. So yep, massive uptrend, simple continuation leg, wants to go for consolidation right here. So essentially, guys, my point being that until you see the RSI being established above 60 on GMT, things will be choppy. It will take some time altogether, guys. I hope that was helpful, and I'm going to be catching all of you pretty soon. Bye for now.